to show you how to make this regular photo into a dark sunset photo. So to get started, we're going to need history open, swatches, adjustments, layers, and then your tools. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is copy the background. You always want to have a background just in case you want to go back to the regular picture. So the first step we're going to do to this background is copy it one more time and then go to filter, camera raw, filter. So then we're going to make the exposure, we're going to bring it down. Same thing with the blacks and the shadows, just so it looks like you took this picture later than it was. So then we're going to click OK. We're going to go to our masking and we're going to get our brush tool. We're going to switch this to black and we're going to, the opacity, let's change it to 30. So we're going to start coloring up kind of where you would want the sun to come up. So the smaller is, you want it brighter, and then you want the sides not too bright. As you know, the sun only shines at certain parts, so you want to make it look realistic. There we go. So after that, we're going to go to color lookup, and we're going to go to load, and we're going to go to the Fuji 250D. So we're going to close it, and then now this is the trick. We're going to bring our curves, and we're going to get this eyedropper, and we're going to click on the darkest spot of the photo. So if you don't remember what it is, you can always unhide that one and this one, and you can see where the darkest is. So we're going to go here, and then now it just makes it darker. So now you go from that to this. Our next step is to go back to our color lookup, and we're going to go to fall colors. So now it gives it that extra sunset look. So now we're going to invert. So click on the masking, and then click Command I. We're going to invert it to black. We're going to get this, switch it to white, and we're going to start coloring just this part, just to make it, let's switch it to 58, just to give it that orange sunset look. Let's make it a little bit brighter, make those part of the clouds, make it there. Okay, so now we have that. Our next step is to color grade it. So we're going to go to selective color, and we're just going to make it a little bit darker here. There we go. And we're going to go to our color balance, and we're going to go to highlights. We're going to make it a little bit orange here, and there we go. And then again, we're going to invert this one, and we're going to start coloring the parts of it we want the sunset to come in. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So now after this, we're going to add a little bit of the sun coming in over ray. So a cool trick is to add a blink layer. We're going to go to our swatches, get the white one. With this, make the opacity 100, and we're going to add, we're just going to highlight it there, just one click, and the opacity is going to be 75. Let's do the opacity 52, and we're going to size it, Command T. Let's size it a little bit bigger so it goes to the building. Let's make it, there we go. So now we're going to duplicate it, and it's brighter, but we're going to make it smaller so it hits in the middle. And then we're going to duplicate it one more time. We're going to make it small to where it hits the building. And on this one, let's bring it up to 72. So now we're going to grab all of them, and you're going to make a folder, group it, just put sun. So now you can see the difference of it shining, not shining. So now you can bring it down to where it doesn't look too fake. So right now, this is what we have so far. So I'm going to get everything except for the background. So the background copy and up, and I'm going to group it. You don't have to, but I'm going to do it so I can show you the difference so far. Okay, we're almost done. So now what we're going to do is, so now you grab, if you grab background copy all the way to sun, you're going to duplicate everything and then Command E, just in case you need to go back. You have all the steps you did. So now we're going to go to duplicate, Shift Command A, which brings the filter. And then now we're going to add some clarity to it. Not too much. The highlight so we can see the shadows and the whites up. Okay, so now that gives it texture. Let's go to the bottom one, put it on top. Actually, you know what? We don't want to get you confused. So just on the sun copy, make the mask and then switch it, click it, Command I. There we go. And then with the white swatch, start painting the parts you want the texture to come out. It just gives it more detail to the sky. And just do the middle part. Okay. Cool. So after that, you're going to grab the three of them, Command E. And then we're going to go to Camera Raw Filter, or Shift Command A. And we're going to play with shadows. So it's 17 at red because usually the sunsets are pretty reddish. And then we're going to go to the highlights and let's bring the saturation and see. Like right now it looks pretty good, but you can change it. Give it the orange, give it the green. It depends how you want your sunset to look. Purplish, back to red. You want some greens, some blues, whatever you need. And then here you can do the same thing. If you want it this way, you want blue in it, you want more of a violet, the pink, green, give it that film look, whatever you need. So right now, let's go to the blue and the purple. And the balance, you can bring the balance up towards more blue, or the blue just goes into the clouds. So it just depends if you want it divided or you want it more. So right now, I'm going to give it a -62. I'm going to put OK. So now you can see the difference of what we're done so far. So now we're going to add, actually, we're going to go to our, so this little half and half, you're going to click it and you're going to go to gradient. We're going to add a gradient. And then now we're going to add another layer. There we go. I don't know why I was stuck. We're going to add another layer. We're going to merge it, Command E. And now you can change the color of it, Command I to invert it. So we're going to invert it to black. We're going to transform it, so Command T. And then now we're just going to, if you have the new Photoshop, to transform it, you have to press Shift. Because if you don't press Shift, it's just going to go small. So make sure to press Shift. If you have the old one, you can just go like that. But if you have the new Photoshop, press Shift and bring it up, just to give it the more dramatic look on it. And then we're going to go to 70%, and that's pretty much it. And then you just save it to whatever name you want to save it. Usually what I do is I merge it, and then I save it. So I do Shift Option Command S, and it saves it for web. So once you save it for web, you click Save. I usually save it at 100, but you can make it smaller. Even 80% still maximum, very high. So you save it, and it shows you where to save it. and then you can post it on social media or anything you want.